Cool. Go ahead, Tom.
she went to bed at she goes to bed around like 7. So
Yeah.
and then I had a couple friends over. We just played some board games. They just left. So
Okay.
Oh, you had your board game night?
no, that's tomorrow.
That's
I'm
tomorrow.
well, it was Julius and his sister. So
Oh.
yeah. So I was like, hey, you guys want to play Scrabble? Because like I don't have anything to do.
Oh.
And it gets like boring, when you live alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just want to like hang out with someone.
Well, you got us for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also why I have a dog. And
I mean, come on. They're great companions to a certain extent. They can't have really a conversation with you.
mine tells me all the time.
Thomas, your volume is so low. I can barely hear you.
What about now?
Like, I don't know if I'm the only person who's experiencing that right now, but
Do I sound good?
yeah, you sound much louder. But
Okay,
Thomas, you sound
Thomas,
really far away.
Your mic is crap.
No,
yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, get a better mic.
This is not a good intro for the podcast. But go ahead.
Oh.
Let's keep going.
Hold on a second.
Hold on.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Yeah, better.
I like it.
Better? This is good?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
My thing is, when I had my puppy when she was alive, she was the best thing in the world.
What do you call a wrist lock when you apply it to a dog? A paw lock.
Ha 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 ha. But
Okay. Enough.
Yes, that was
killing me over here.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's Thomas. It's Yana, our good friend Yana, and Frankie. I guess that's his name. It's the Booze and BJJ podcast. I just walked in from no gi. I'm sweaty. I'm wearing a half sumo rash guard, and I'm getting drunk. Anyways, Yana.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Go
What?
back.
What?
Tell them what you're drinking.
I'll get to that in a minute.
No, the world needs to know.
No, well, it comes later. Anyways,
I see.
Yana,
Sure.
Would you please introduce yourself? Tell us how your week has gone for training and what you're drinking.
Sure. My name is Yana, a good friend of Thomas and Frankie's. We go way back. And my week was good training wise. Like I got to go in a couple times, which is great because it's hard to go in these days and get that training in. And my drink of choice is Jack, good old Jack.
Spoken like a true drinker.
Straight. That's how you got to drink it, straight.
Actually, short story, back in the day when me and Yana used to party.
Oh,
she
yeah.
used to invite me out to her house party. And she'd be drinking, boy. She'd be tearing down. I was like, yeah, this is good for drink.
I don't drink like that anymore, but yeah, I used to drink a little too much.
We don't drink like that no more. We old.
Yeah, exactly.
Frankie, how'd your week go?
Well, my name is Frankie. Y'all know me. White belt, 3 stripes under Sugi. I am now the Muay Thai coach at Chantilly MMA at 2 Mondays and Wednesdays. So if y'all are interested, come through and try it out. I know Yana came through and it was nice seeing her.
No, it was a good class, Frankie.
Yeah. Training was good. Tuesday night was a banger for me, man. I was on all cylinders, man. Had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday?
Yes, Thomas. That's when you were sandbagging.
Oh, shots fired.
Yes. Okay.
Any misses, or was it a direct hit?
No. Yes. Oh, it was. No, hold on, Thomas. Let me tell my side still. Tell my side. So we're doing Shark Tank, right? That's what you call it, right? Shark Tank. Mm-hmm. And it's all the upper belts. And I see Thomas rolling with his white belt, and he's been there for a good 4 to 5 minutes. I yell, I'm like, Thomas, stop holding back, you son of a gun. He goes, "What, man? I ain't doing nothing." I'm like,
It's like, that's exactly the problem.
Yeah, you can like you can see when you high belts take it easy on people. Don't lie to me. I see it.
I
see
mean,
it.
I've
Y'all
definitely done that where I'm like,
Yeah.
let me just take a rest here for a second. I've been in a few rounds. I gotta reserve my energy.
It was the first round. I would get it if it was like the 5th or 6th round.
Okay, it was a warm-up round.
So, to my defense, okay, I had trained at 5:30 a.m. and then went to the night class. So my old ass was tired.
No, kudos to you for making that 5:30 morning class though.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. I remember that feels really good. Like you hate waking up that early and having to like get your ass out to the car. But once you start training and you know, get that sweat in early in the morning, it's just like, it makes you feel more motivated throughout the day to like just get shit done, or it just makes you completely exhausted. For me, it's motivating, but I can't really do that.
Well,
I get exhausted.
You
Yeah.
feel you get exhausted if you wake up that early? Yeah.
If I wake up early and work out, man,
Yeah.
my whole because
Yeah, and then you're tired by like 10 a.m. and you're like, where's my nap?
I ended up having to take a nap. That's my schedule for Tuesdays and Thursdays. 5:30 a.m. nap. Chantilly MMA.
Do you work, Thomas? Do
Yes.
you like even have a job?
I work from home. On my lunch break, I take a nap.
All right, fair enough.
Actually, I have to go in. I'm a mechanic.
No.
Oh, you had to still go into the office?
Yeah. But anyways, I'm drinking a truly berry punch drink supplied by our good friend Sugi Damden. And yeah, I like it. I think I'd rather have like a Jack and Coke, but this is actually not bad.
Mhm.
Frankie, you can roast me now.
I am going old school with the plastic cup. Yes, it looks like shit, right?
What the heck is in there?
That's a Coke and Jack, like 4 shots of Coke and 4 shots of Jack or whatever it is.
You gonna get effed up.
It's been a long week. Very long week.
Yeah. I feel like now that spring is here, the energy level of and like activity level of everything is going up, and everybody's just like running around with the like chickens with their heads cut off and like just demanding more.
Yeah.
You know, at least like from a work perspective, and you know, everybody's just like out there, and I don't know.
Well, this time change. This time change.
Oh yeah, that fucked me up too.
So bad.
I didn't even notice. I was napping.
No, Thomas is
You were
asleep. I woke up at 3 a.m. one time, and I think I sent him a message. He replied, I'm like, "What are you doing up?"
Well, sometimes I can't sleep, so I'll stay up and play video games.
I feel like I'm always up at odd hours of the night. I just like wake up and I just can't go back to sleep. So yeah, I feel you on that, Thomas. I'm just like, let's see if there's anybody to talk to right now.
Yeah,
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, Frankie somebody messaged me at like 3:30 a.m. once, and I responded, and they were like, "What are you doing awake?" It's like, "What are you doing awake?"
Right?
Like,
You can't ask me that question. You're the one messaging me.
I'm playing World of Warcraft and watching Jiu-Jitsu videos. Like, what are you doing? You know?
I've gotten into this habit of watching like pretty dark videos on Facebook that like keep like the evil lives here or whatever. There's like this series.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, Frankie? There's like this series on Facebook videos where it's like evil lives here or like signs of a psychopath or whatever. And they're pretty awful stories of like, you know, murderous individuals.
Have you guys traveled into the dark web?
I have.
No.
There's some really, I mean, that's like, you know.
I've heard people never come back from that place.
I've done it. That shit's crazy, dude. You go down a deep, 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 dark rabbit hole.
Well, this
Man,
got really dark really quickly.
yes, why yo?
Hey.
Not even jiu-jitsu related. Sorry, everybody.
What's
It's
okay.
up?
It's
Hey, Wole.
not.
Wole.
It's not jujitsu really. But
Hey.
man, hey Wale, what's up, bud?
Hey.
We're talking about morbid videos on Facebook.
And we're about to
Okay.
talk of the main we're about to talk about the main topic of the night, though.
This is fine, but yo, I've seen some crazy shit on the dark web, man. I highly recommend people. not
Highly
doing that.
recommend it. What do you?
Highly.
Are you psychotic?
I highly recommend not doing it.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
I missed that part. Right.
Yes, highly recommend not doing it because it takes time to come back from that. Like you don't sleep right, you don't think right, you're all over the place.
Where do you even find the dark web links?
You
I'm
have
not
to
telling
you
you.
have to go through a whole
Yeah.
thing about like
You do.
downloading a VPN and like this, that, and the other thing to actually
Get there.
access it. It's
Yeah.
it's convoluted. But
When I tell you the world that we live in is nothing compared to the world that is out there. Nah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are very sheltered anyways. Like even bring it back to jiu-jitsu, like the amount of people who go to jiu-jitsu for the first time knowing nothing about it, like half of them are like, oh my God, what's this? The other half are like, are you guys sweating on each other? Like it's mind-blowing, you know.
Yeah.
And just imagine like them seeing even crazier stuff. Like they might be mentally scarred forever.
Well, yeah, when you tell people, hey, I do Muay Thai, I do Jiu-Jitsu, they're like, you do that?
they don't even know how to pronounce it. They're like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You do.
Like, yeah, sure.
You do MMA.
Oh,
Yeah. Or
no,
that.
my favorite UFC. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
You do UFC? Yes, I do
Yep.
UFC.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, hold on.
UFC.
We have to give Wole a chance.
What's up?
How'd your week go? And what are you drinking?
It went well. Did quite a bit of how do you say Jiu-Jitsu? What
That's
is
enough.
Yeah, I got some good training in. Yeah, excited. I'm not drinking anything right now because I just put the kids to sleep and didn't have time to go down and get a drink. But
I do
I
like
will
that
drink
fresh
at some
cut,
point.
though.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
If I had another Truly, I'd drink it for you because I don't think this is gonna do anything to me tonight.
Is that acceptable, Frankie? Truly? So
No, we were just giving him crucial shit just a minute ago. Yana saved the BJJ community because I was like, yo, if Yana's drinking something like girly or fruity, that's it. I'm calling it.
Hey,
She saved y'all.
Master Sugi gave it to me. Okay, like.
I think Master
Yeah,
made a mistake. He knew what was going on.
Mhm. All right, so the main topic of the evening: sandbagging. Why do people do it? So, as Frankie pointed out earlier before Wole logged in, during our Tuesday night class, he noticed that I was holding back on a lot of the people that I was partnered with during our Shark Tank. And I thought I didn't make it apparent, but I was like tired, like out of my mind, off rip. I was just physically done. And I did 11 rounds and I only got eliminated once. But he noticed that I was like not going 100%. Like I was going maybe 70, 80, whatever, less than 100. And on top of that, we found out that one of our training partners has a higher level of experience than he let on, which is fine. I don't think it was a malicious action. I think he was just trying not to scare people. But that comes to an interesting point that somebody else had brought up during one of the 5:30 a.m. classes at Pentagon, when he was saying, I did this competition, I lost really bad, and I came to find out that a couple of the guys that I was going up against were higher level than just a white belt.
Mhm.
So why do people do this?
Hold on, real quick. Hold on.
Sure.
Chantilly MMA, they're all liars and killers. Liars and killers, I'm telling you. All right, go ahead.
Frankie, you know that's one of the rules. You don't.
That's
Whatever.
my gym. I can say stuff about my gym. But tell you what, it's awesome training with liars and killers because it makes you a better person.
I have 2 rules. Anyways, all right.
It's
Well,
I go there. I train there.
let's start with Wole instead. Wole, what do you think?
I think it's dirty to do that. And it's like, it's not in the it's not in the spirit of the sport, It's just like, and like you're saying, like, why do it? Okay, cool. You just destroyed somebody who you already knew ahead of time that you could destroy. So maybe it's to get a medal count. Who knows? But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yana.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think at least when it comes to that guy at Sugi's gym who's like a lot better than he lets on. I guess he has a judo background or something.
They all have judo backgrounds.
Yeah, so I think sometimes it's like I mean, from my experience with that guy, he's pretty nice. And sometimes I think it's like it comes from a humble place. I agree with Wally when it comes to like when you're a white belt and you just want to like get that medal and just destroy the person, that's one thing. Maybe they're forced to be a white belt and they had to compete in that level because their coach won't make them a blue belt yet. That could be a reason. But when it comes to guys like that judo guy at Sugi's gym who's really nice, I think some people choose to just be humble about it. Like, just because I'm good at judo doesn't mean that I'm going to act like I know everything in jiu-jitsu, because jiu-jitsu is a different sport, although related in a lot of ways and very similar. And they're like, there's a lot of overlap. Like, I'm not going to act like I know everything. And I actually appreciate that, as long as they're not complete assholes when you train with them. Like, if that guy that you mentioned, who has like a judo background at Sugi's gym, who's actually like a pretty nice guy. Like, he doesn't seem like an asshole to me at all. Like, guys like him, I think he's just trying to be humble. Like, this isn't like my sport. I'm still like learning, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to sandbagging, I think there's a ton of reasons. Like, I've definitely had my experience with sandbagging, and the reasons I've done it have been like, I don't like obvious reasons, like fatigue. I'm just like tired, or like mentally or emotionally drained at the moment that I'm training, and I just don't have like the motivation to give it 100% for like whatever personal reasons. But then there's also like lack of self-confidence, and I don't know, or like or feeling intimidated sometimes too. Like, sometimes I hold back on white belts because I feel like if I give more, they'll start going ape shit on me and I will end up getting injured, or somebody's going to get injured or something. Like, shit's just going to go like chaotic, and I don't want to have to deal with that. That's another reason why sometimes I can sandbag, especially with like white belts who I feel like will become dangerous, or like they're going to get their pride is going to get hurt, or they're going to get their ego involved.
Well, I think I think, again, I think a lot of things come back to, like I would say, attitude and your intent. Like, you could sandbag and completely destroy somebody, or you could like sandbag and like hold back, which is like, like Yana was saying, you don't want to hurt the person, that they're lower skilled than you, or for whatever reason. So it's just kind of like the intent. Like, if somebody is like intentionally going, for example, for their higher belt, and they're intentionally going for into competitions where they know that the skill level isn't up to theirs, then that's just, I don't think that's right.
But that's sometimes not their fault. Like,
well, yeah, I guess
someone who has like 20 years of remember that one guy, Alex Cano, who trained at Pentagon MMA for like a hot minute. He had like 10 years of wrestling experience, but he was a white belt, like Sugi wasn't going to automatically make him into a blue belt.
Well, I guess
because he had that under his belt, or I mean, like that experience.
Yeah, maybe I have an image in my mind of a sandbagger as somebody who goes in and completely destroys people, as opposed to like,
a different definition.
Yeah, I think we have different, as opposed to like, somebody who is higher skilled, but they go in and they win because they're higher skilled, but it's not like they're going in there to destroy people.
So you guys triggered my trap card because
Wait a minute, I got something to say here. Shit.
Got something to say.
hold on, Frankie. So the reason why I use that term specifically was because I've heard it used in several different, I've heard it used in several different contexts and different definitions. So I wanted to see how everybody would go with it. You know, I was thinking, is everybody gonna automatically go one route, or is the other route going to be what do you call it? Not adventured, but pursued, you know. And interestingly enough, we went both routes. So that was actually a pretty good thing. But I will give you guys one of the other reasons why I brought this up. The last blue belt competition I did at Grappling Industries, they had a former D1 wrestler, a nationally ranked judo black belt, and a amateur MMA fighter who had been a blue belt for 8 years in my bracket.
What? That's
Well, I've
crazy.
been a white belt for all God's creation. God damn.
Yeah. So that was something that kind of like didn't sit well with me. It's like, okay, guys, like, come on, you know.
But again, I feel like that's not really, it's not always up to them. It's like, it's up to the coach. Like if you, I know like someone like maybe Frankie, for example, or like there's plenty of other examples I can think of who've been like the same belt for you feel like, wow, how are they still this belt level? You know, like I feel like they've been training forever, but it could be because they're bouncing around from gym to gym. And it really takes like training under one dedicated coach to and competing all the time to like move you up the ranks. And the other one, sorry, go ahead, Frankie.
So I think, yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of people cross train. And you know, you're picking up different styles and different you know, whatnot, but you're not really ranking through the ranks when you're like that, you know. At Sugi's gym, everybody's really nice. Everybody's really nice, but Sugi, like he said it himself, he doesn't give stripes and belts nonchalant like that. He's not gonna be like, no, you actually need to prove yourself that you're worthy to have these belts and stripes and whatnot. That's why I'm still a white belt, because I haven't been consistent. And Sugi's not gonna give me a belt just because I was gone for, you know, two months, and then I come back the third month and I'm there. He's not gonna give me a stripe like that. No, I need to be consistent and show. He needs to see improvement. He doesn't give stripes and belts out like that. Like he's trying to be different from everybody else. He's actually trying to be a really, really hard gym to train at.
I feel like that's the difference between jiu-jitsu and like other forms of martial arts, is that there's no like formal standardized method of promotion, you know, like the process for promotion. Like I know like in judo, they have to go through tests. Like I remember Brenda, I don't know if you guys remember her, but she's like a brown belt in judo, and she was saying how there were like specific tests that she would have to complete and like written and physical but tests that she would have to complete to earn that belt. In jiu-jitsu, it's so subjective on the
and I think that's kind of what I like about jiu-jitsu, is that, you know, you really do have to kind of prove yourself to your instructor. You know, I'm not knocking other martial arts, but I think that's kind of something special about jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's frustrating sometimes when you don't see, you know, when you're not progressing and you're wondering like, oh, why am I not progressing? What's up? Like, am I doing stuff wrong? It's frustrating. But when you do finally get that stripe or that belt, it's so much sweeter, you know?
Yeah, so rewarding.
Yeah,
especially
it's like taekwondo, right? You pay your testing fee, and you know, you do a couple little forms, and then here's your belt, you know, or you know, there's some
or like
gyms
karate too is like that. You do your katas.
You know, nothing against that, but that's the beauty about jiu-jitsu, that you can't pay for your stripes and belts. You actually need to freaking earn them, and that's what makes judo and jiu-jitsu such a more dominant sport. Like in Muay Thai, there is no levels. You just come and train and get better and better and better and better, and spar, and then and then there's some gyms out there that have created brackets, which is nothing against that, but if you're gonna make a bracket like that, make sure you got like difficulty levels,
Yeah.
I know that like it's some Muay Thai gyms, like if you're a high level, you're getting kicked in the face, like with a full out shin, no pads, and like like kicked in the leg with like 100% force, and they're pushing you, and they're trying to break you. They come out with broken hands or broken noses and stuff like that.
But the beauty behind jiu-jitsu though is if you go to a crappy gym, for example, I know that I've heard of gyms out there that give you your belts and stripes based on attendance alone. They mark down your attendance. Oh, you've got 20 classes in, here's your stripe. You got 40 classes in, here's another stripe, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If they're not up to par, if they go to a competition or if they go to another gym and they strap on their belt and they start rolling, all of that is going to come to light. Like there's no hiding. If you
who was like that?
Who was that?
This dude's a liar and a killer all day, every day. Nazar.
Wait, what?
Nazar is a.
Yeah, what about him?
I think he's still
saying he's a
belt.
bullshitter?
No. Yeah, no. I know what I'm trying to say is that his level is higher than a white belt.
No, Nazar's a blue belt.
Yeah.
Nazar
he's higher than a blue belt.
Yeah.
He it's like anywhere in like Eastern Asia, it's like everybody learn, like they grow up knowing MMA, like just from the womb. They're like punching and kicking in the womb and grappling their own like umbilical cord.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like where I think I rode with him a couple of times. I was like, I knew he was going light on me. Like, I was experienced enough to know like, oh, you're going light on me. And it's kind of like you can pick it up a little bit, I'm not gonna break.
But I always remember what he said. He was like, I was like, yo, man, like, how long have you been away? He's like, I don't care about stripes or belt. I just want to, fight.
He's like, I'm just a killer. I just want to kill.
From now on, if I see these guys that are like undercover white belts, I'm gonna call them liars and killers.
So that actually brings up, with the question that Thomas had before, it's like, what is sandbagging? Like, what do you think sandbagging is? And hearing what everybody's saying, so I'll just start with my definition. I've always understood sandbagging as like, you can do better and that you can like push yourself harder, but you're being lazy. That's basically what it is. Like either you're being lazy or you're not being motivated enough or confident enough to like push yourself to that 100%. I feel like the discussion we're having right now is more like people who are in that lower belt level who deserve to be in a higher belt level. And I feel like that has less to do with, maybe it has, I'm sure like some of them are sandbagging, but I really feel like it falls a lot on like their coaches not promoting them. Like it's not really up to them what belt level they are. Like,
well, what I think it is that these guys are like testing you. So they're sandbagging to test you. Like, okay, can I turn it off?
I see.
Can I turn it? Because they've done that to me. And I know they're talking about me. Because they're like, so it's like, they're like, yo, turn it up on Frankie because he's just absolute crazy.
They're deceiving you.
Yeah. I think it's people who know they have the skill level and they just go in there to destroy people just to make a point. That's my definition. But Yana, you bring up a good point. Like, I've never really looked at it from your perspective. And that's a good point. It's like, you can't really do anything if you're, you come into jiu-jitsu and you're a D1 wrestler, takedowns, but you don't really know jiu-jitsu, or, you're a high level judo person and you come in and you do jiu-jitsu, you really have no control about what belt level you're going to be, you're coming in at. Like that's up to the coach. And it's hard it's got to be hard because it's like, even though you have all this skill in this other martial art or in this other fighting style, jiu-jitsu is completely different and you still need to go through the basics. So You're gonna, that's why you have those like D1 wrestlers and high level judo guys who are white belts in jiu-jitsu, but they're, tossing people around.
So that's what I was thinking about, because I always understood sandbagging was to be somebody of a higher jujitsu ranking in the context of jujitsu, representing themselves as a lower rank and then just destroying people. The folks that me and Frankie specifically are referencing are people who have just started jujitsu but have a higher skill level in other grappling arts. So that
But so I guess, do you think sandbagging has a certain level of misrepresentation by the person, not necessarily by the coach? So it's like they kind of misrepresent their skill level.
So I think in a context of strictly jujitsu, I think their skill level in jujitsu might be an adequate reflection, but their skill in grappling, I think that would be overall a different story.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
So like I go to like a judo place, right? And they're, I'm not good at judo. I took it for a couple of months, so I want to learn it. But they're doing ground stuff, some ground grappling, Nawaza, yeah. And so I was going up against some guy, and he only knows judo, and I was basically, he was a higher belt judo, and I was grappling with him, doing my thing, and he got kind of frustrated, or he's just, and afterwards he's like, have you done this before? I was like, yeah, I have like 7 years BJJ, and he's like, oh, okay. So in a sense, I look like a sandbag, in that context, but it's just, I don't have the judo background, but they're doing something that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, that's such a great example, Wale, of like you being in that situation where you have this skill set in a different but like related sport, but you're still because you're just starting out in this other sport, you're forced to be a beginner.
Yeah.
And this other person probably feels exactly like you were describing earlier, where you're like, this isn't fair, like they're crushing me.
Yeah.
They're clearly more skilled and they're lying about their skill level. And it's like, you're not lying about your skill level. You're just like skilled in a different related sport. And the coach isn't going to give you a slap on a blue belt just because you have, experience in a different sport.
Yeah. And it's like, I agree with that. It's, and I don't expect them to, and at the same time, I'm not going to hold back.
Exactly.
Especially when it's something I'm familiar with.
So the reason why I brought up the example of that one blue belt bracket that I was in, where there was the D1 wrestler, the black belt judoka, and the MMA guy who'd been a blue belt for like 7 or 8 years or whatever. The reason why I brought that up was because, in a way, for the rest of the guys in the bracket who were just like, dads who wanted to have a little fun, because this was the Masters division, it seemed a bit unfair because these guys were just destroying everybody. But at the same time, it was like, well, we're just blue belts. These guys may have the advantage right now, but what about purple? What about when we all progress to brown? Like,
exactly,
like that skill gap will close.
Yeah, the game changes. And don't they have, isn't like that's what blue belt blues is all about, is like everybody feels like they're a blue belt forever. And especially if you can't get that consistent training in, you're gonna be like, you will end up being a blue belt for 7 years if you can't get into the gym enough for like whatever reason, personal reasons, life, or just like moving around. Like I said, it really takes, like, if you want to progress really quickly, it takes like consistent training under really like one coach in one gym who can like see your progression and like track it, and competing all the time. And so like, go ahead, Thomas.
No, continue. I want to add something to what you're saying.
Yeah, I was just going to give an example, like Saida, the new female brown belt at Pentagon MMA. She's like gotten to brown belt level so quickly, but that's because most of her
Oh, yeah.
training was in one gym. Like she was very
Yeah.
consistently training under I think it was Lloyd Irvin, I think.
Yeah.
Think so.
And I mean, that gym is like filled with like warriors, like super competitive, aggressive people. Like it's crazy.
And she also was constantly competing.
Also, exactly. That's the other thing I was gonna say. Like she's constantly competing, like always looking for the. I don't know how she affords it, but anyway, like always looking for
Sponsorship.
participation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's really what it is. Sponsorship. But that's the thing. Like that's what it really takes to like move up in the ranks and just being consistent, having that person, having that that instructor who can see your progress, and then and the competitions. And like if you don't
Yeah.
do all that, you're gonna end up sticking, like I won't say lagging behind, because no one's, I wouldn't accuse anybody who's staying a blue or purple belt or whatever for a long time. I'm not gonna say that they're lagging,
Yeah.
because life happens. But
I mean,
Yeah.
it's I was gonna say, like, it's a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Wally, go ahead.
Yeah, well, like, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, yeah, it's as cliche as it sounds. Jiu-jitsu is a journey, and it's like, yeah, you can fall off, and but the point is, you need to get back to it. I took off when I was a white belt. I took off almost like a whole year, just because I was being lazy, and I was not motivated to go to the gym, so I lost that. And then also, like, as a blue belt, I had lost time with COVID also, because it's like, I wasn't training well during COVID,
what, you weren't training with a dummy at home?
I was doing that. I was doing the virtual thing, but then, they nixed that. And yeah, it's not the same at all.
Yeah. Oh
But
no,
it's just
that
like,
was a joke. That was a joke.
yeah, I know. But it's just like you're saying, it doesn't matter if you take time off, or life gets in the way, something else gets in the way. You just as far as you come back to it, because eventually I'm gonna get to purple belt, and then brown belt and black belt. I'm same thing with judo. Eventually I'm gonna get to black belt, and that's just what I have in my mind. I will get there, hopefully before I die, but I will get there at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew a guy at the technician long time ago that he was a brown belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 18 years.
Wow.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, what the hell? I was like, what the? You just like completely fell off. And then he was like, because I noticed like he had a gi, and I was like, oh, you do like karate or something? He goes, no, I do Jiu-Jitsu. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, I've been at it for like 18 years. I was like, okay. and then like I pointed that out, and then he ran his bag and started going back. I don't know if he's a black belt now, but I remember his name was Carlos. But
Yeah, I love hearing those stories of like older aged people who still manage to get like their brown belt or their black belt, and they're like in their 50s or their 60s or something. I'm like, fuck yeah, man. That's fucking awesome.
Or they're blue and purple belts.
Whatever. Like the fact that you're still going in and training, I can't imagine. Like I'm only 30, well, 33, and my joints are already like falling apart. I think it's because of all the army stuff I've done. Like I definitely need MRI scan of my knees. But anyway, I can't imagine being like 60 years old and still, okay, sorry. I might be forgetting the ages of everybody in the room, but
none of us is 60.
No.
But I know,
I
like,
believe
you guys are like
Sugi
in
is around
40s
80.
and 50s?
Huh? Say again, Yana?
Huh?
40s.
Yo, Yana, you better get.
Am my back's getting knocked out right now?
No.
Yeah.
It's just that
Kicked out of the room.
Wole and
one of us is the oldest in here.
Yeah.
Not gonna say.
Not saying. One of
I'm
us
saying
is,
I'm 34 years old. Screw y'all. Them two are the
babies.
The antiques.
me and Wole are aged like fine wine.
Yeah, but what's
or
really
like good
cool?
whiskey, or like good whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's really
Not
cool
Thomas.
is like
He's more
people
like
who-
he's more like box wine.
Who? Me?
You, Thomas. Yeah.
You leave my box wine alone.
Wow.
Shots fired.
You're-
I think that was a
you're-
direct hit, Frankie.
You're
It's
really
cheap.
drinking ass.
You're cheap and you're old. That's
Oh,
what he's
damn.
No,
like
Thomas,
that-
you're
like
killing
that-
it though. Like that all being
No.
said, Thomas, you're like you're fucking killing it at jiu-jitsu. And
See,
like
everybody likes you,
I
Thomas.
love like your journey, like having like where you started in jiu-jitsu and how far you've come. It's just like it's inspirational, seriously.
Actually, everybody on the cast tonight has seen me at my original form, so to speak.
Yes.
Well, like I could barely do the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Like 2 line drills, I was done.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't breathe, and when it came time to do like the technique of the day or whatever, I was resting because I was like, okay, we're gonna roll after this. Okay.
So
Like
wait,
I need
you're
to catch
telling,
my energy.
Yeah.
you're telling me you started out as a purple belt then?
Oh,
No, I was very out of shape, very asthmatic. I was 245 pounds.
yeah, you always had your inhaler nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
That's
done
crazy.
Yeah.
And I love how like jujitsu kind of gave you that like it was the sport that you found that like got you on track to being healthier, and
Yeah.
losing that weight and everything.
Yeah, like
But
I keep,
hold on. Wait a minute. I remember back in the day, Yana, you used to throw down.
Yeah, I
with someone,
was about
Yeah.
to say, Yana, you too, you were in the gym all the time. And then it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
you
but I
know,
mean
she'll-
like my story's
she'll
different. I was
roll,
just
you'll-
angry. I was just
Yeah.
angry.
yeah, she was
But
just
you like,
pissed.
hey, you directed that energy very well because like
Yeah.
you would roll, you would do open mat, then I'll see you go lifting and squats and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
that's
I
exactly
wanna
why
be
my
the-
joints
I
are
would be
shit
like
right
Yana
now.
when I grow up.
Yeah,
It's like,
no,
I
I
wanna
mean,
be
I
the-
was just like, when I joined, I was like, I was in a really low point in my life personally. And I needed something, like I needed an outlet, and like going to the gym and just lifting weights and running on a fucking treadmill. I was like, this isn't doing it for me anymore.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I was just
feel
like,
you on
I
that
was really unhealthy. I was like falling into really unhealthy habits. And I was just like, I need something to kind of like get me back on track. And yeah, I was like, hey, there's that MMA gym up the street. And I knew about it because Vivek, the owner of Pentagon MMA, he was actually a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine at the time. And she had actually like told me about his gym, and I was like, oh wait, there's an MMA gym. Man, wouldn't it be so cool if I was like an MMA badass? Maybe I should try doing that. And I actually did a lot of Muay Thai because like they had
Yeah.
that like foundations class that you had to
Oh,
take,
yeah.
and it was like
Yeah.
right in the same time as jiu-jitsu. But I was like, I when I tried jiu-jitsu, I was like, wait, no, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Muay Thai. No offense,
Whoa.
Frankie. No
Whoa.
offense, Frankie. But like jiu-jitsu, I was like, no, this is
Yeah.
the shit right here.
I
and
feel
then-
like, yeah.
You can
I feel
tell
like
the
we've
difference.
all, yeah, I feel like we've all had that moment where it's like, oh no, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You
Hold
know,
Hold on. Frankie, go ahead.
Just FYI, guys, I've seen all you guys come in. I was
Oh,
there
no.
first. So I've
Yeah,
seen
you're the
all
OG,
you
man.
guys-
You're the OG.
Wait, you were there before me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's
were.
the
What
OG,
am I saying?
man.
Yeah,
He's
that's
been-
true.
Like didn't you
Yeah.
start working at Pentagon MMA when it like opened? Back in like what's his name? Gonzalo?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Back in those days.
I
Yeah.
was there for a very, very long time. Very long time. Now I'm at Chantilly MMA, throwing down with the Mongolians.
Shout out to my Mongolian brothers.
Yes. Okay.
Warriors.
Those guys are born with a gold medal judo sambo.
Yeah.
champions.
Hey guys, we're gonna pause the cast real quick. I have to take a quick break because there's somebody.
Wait, you
at
gotta
the
go.
door.
You gotta go and get another Truly. That's a lie. He's getting
Yeah.
a Truly.
No. Yes, I'm getting another Truly, but I'm just gonna pause it. You guys can still talk. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. We're fine. We're gonna play a video.
The video of the week.
The video of the week. In the meantime,
Oh.
Frankie, can you go ahead and describe it?
So it's a UFC fight, and this
Oh.
guy's going into an arm bar, and the guy, I guess, dislocates his from his elbow down, and the guy
Spoiler
still no. Trust me, the video you're gonna be like, holy crap! It's like the guy's still fighting, and that's what makes a guy like a true like fighter and a true martial artist. That even if you're broken, you're still going at it. Go ahead, Thomas. Play that bad.
Okay, I found it. Hold on 1 second.
While you looking extra, you're looking like Mitt with a good hair.
Oh God.
Frankie.
I thought you're the one with the good hair.
No, I got long ass hair. You see my hair? It's long. It goes like. Let me see if I can get it out. Hold on. I'll show you guys.
Oh, he's gonna show us his luscious locks, y'all. You better watch out.
Here we go. What is Frankie doing?
He's showing us his luscious locks of hair.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Go ahead. Play the video. Go ahead. Play the video.
Well, if I play the video, nobody can see your hair.
Oh, it's gonna be out.
Oh, fine.
FYI, I've been growing this for like about 2 years. So. And I'm like, I'm ready to cut it, but I really don't because it's 2 years of hair growing.
All right, here we go.
I think it's an arm bar or a triangle into an arm bar.
Hey, hold on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of the socket. He's still welling on. That thing is ripped
That thing
right
is
out
like
of the socket.
flopping around.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes him a good fighter, man. This is what when you're in the UFC, man. This is or this high level of competition. It don't matter, man. You gotta go until they kill you, pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I agree with that.
Dude,
Yeah,
also,
if they're paying you, God, my hair, jeez. If they're paying you like $60,000 for a fight, you could break the shit out of my arm. I don't give a shit.
okay,
Frankie,
but
what is that
are they
singer's
paying my
name
insurance?
that everybody knows based on his hair? What is
John
that singer's
Bolton.
name?
John Bolton?
No.
Oh, the saxophone player?
Kenny G?
Kenny G?
No.
Oh,
Oh God.
he kind of
I
looks
got
like
called
Lady Gaga to
Aquaman
me.
one time.
I can't freaking remember.
I got called
What songs
Aquaman.
is that?
All right, real talk
I
though,
can't.
that dude's arm made me cringe. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want that to ever happen to me.
I don't know why, like, okay, I'm not in UFC, disclaimer, I don't have that UFC bod, but it seems like he just kept his hand there. And yeah, in my mind, it seems like he just kind of kept his arm there. He just like let it stay there, because the first time around, went for the arm bar, didn't get it. Pull your arm out, get them out, get them on the outside. I don't know.
You gotta remember,
I'm not
these
a
guys
UFC.
are high level jiu-jitsu guys, man. They're not no little white blue belts. I think the highest they go, the lowest they go is purple.
So
I'm just a lowly blue belt talking here.
So on that note, on the theme of that video, like injuries, on the note of injuries, and we've talked about this before, in a high level competition or high level event like the UFC, is fighting through an injury like that like the best idea to go? Because
if it comes out for me winning, if I look, like I've seen UFC fights where the guy's broken both his freaking hands and he keeps fighting and he wins the fight. I've seen that. It's like,
yeah, but
the dude sacrifices his hands just to win.
But also, it's like that reduces your, you're not going to be able to get another fight for like, who knows how long.
That depends on the injury, and I think it depends on your popularity or pay-per-views. Like, look at Conor McGregor. That dude, like, what, broke his foot, and not even 3 months later he has a contract, or just it all depends, man. It all depends.
I guess.
Conor McGregor's about to make a comeback from that injury, isn't he? Where he broke his shin, was it?
I don't even know anymore, man.
Oh,
I think these old guys are. I think Nate Diaz has one more fight and he's retiring. I think his brother had that one fight, and I think that was it of that. Cowboy Cerrone, I think he has one more fight in him. But
yeah. I don't know. I think
it's bedtime.
No, the liquor kicked in.
Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah, this truly has kind of got me a little mellow.
Shut up. Oh,
What?
I only
that's
get
yo,
out of here.
Thomas.
I only drink on Fridays. Like on here with you guys.
Okay,
That's the only time you ever drank? Oh, that makes me feel
So-
bad.
So this is my problem. Okay, once I drink, I don't stop.
Oh,
So here's a story where I'm out at a brunch with a old friend of mine, and they're like, it's a bottomless brunch. I was like, oh shit, bottomless food. No, it's bottomless drinks. So
That's when it
they
gets
had-
dangerous.
dude, they had mimosas. What else they have? What else? Mojitos and Bloody Marys. And it was like 12 or 13 of us. And 9 of them, then they brought a shot of tequila. 9 of them didn't drink the tequila, and they all came gravitating towards me. And I was like, do it. And then, like, drinking. And they're like, last call. So I ordered like 2 more pitchers of whatever bullshit they had. Down those downs, dude. By the end of that like morning, I was done. And then after that, they were gonna go to like a club to go party, and I was like, let's go party, fuck yeah. And they're like, the person I was with, they were like, nah, it's time to go. I was like,
Like, nah, you're done. You're done.
We'll meet you there. And I was like, we'll meet you there. And then we get into the car, and I'm like, just like the moment my body went to rest, I was like, and they were like, you're never drinking like that again. You don't stop. I'm like, hell no, I don't stop. I'll drink anybody on the table.
so here's a drinking story for you. I was out at a club that no longer exists in DC, and my best friend Wyatt.
That's how fucking old. Which club was it?
You know what? It's been so long. I don't even remember the name of it. All I know is
U Street Music Hall.
It wasn't U Street Music Hall, which is no longer there.
What was it?
I know,
Please.
H2O.
H2O, the band.
Actually, you know what?
Love.
Yes.
It wasn't in DC.
Dream.
It was in
It used to
Silver
be
Spring.
Dream. Oh my god.
Oh, fun fact: the club that turned into Dream, I promoted
Love,
for it
yeah.
when it originally opened.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh,
Not
look
the
at
point.
Thomas, the cool guy.
Anyways, the point is, my best friend had started drinking amaretto and cranberry, right? But the bartender mixed it so it tasted like spiced Kool-Aid, and she would give him a pitcher. So he would drink that. Everything would be okay. One night he's like, Thomas, you have to try this. So he gave me one. I drank it. Gave me another. Drank it. Gave me another. Drank it. Mind you, we're dancing for like 8 hours, sweaty, losing water, dehydrated. I had like 7 or 8 of these stupid things. I don't drink, right? I thought I was okay. I was like, hey, I feel fine. It's time to go home. So he starts driving me. I'm like, dude, my stomach does not feel right.
Mhm.
So halfway home, I'm like, stop. I need to throw up. Do I throw up? No. So keep driving, get to my house. I'm like, cool. Made it home without throwing up. Stomach still not okay. Drink a bunch of water, go to sleep. Woke up the next day because my dad is outside. And he's like, and I forgot that I promised him we would go shopping at CompUSA for computer parts. So he's like, Junior, wake up. We got to go to the store. I'm like, fuck, I forgot about this. Go outside. I'm like, Dad, I don't see your car. He goes, it's right in front of you. And there's this brand new white Mustang in front of my house, right? I'm like, oh.
And you threw up all over it.
Nah, I'll get to that. So anyways, my dad's all proud. He's like, Junior, I bought a Mustang. I was like, I don't feel good. Maybe we can do this later. He's like, get in the car. I was like, okay. Get in the car. Get 3 blocks. I'm like, Dad, my stomach is hurting real bad. And I realize I'm about to puke. So I look around. I was like, oh shit. I see a plastic bag in the back seat. I grab it, put it up to my face. I throw up. And I was like, oh no. Look at the bottom of the bag. There's a big hole in it. So
no.
I look at my dad. My dad has sunglasses on. He just looks at me. I'm like, oh, great. He's like, Junior, there's a hole in that bag. I was like, oh, crap. So I tie it up and make a bigger mess because I'm trying to be useful. Put it on the floor. And then I realize I'm going to throw up again. So I start puking like with my hands like this, just this way. And the next thing I know, my dad takes his hand and covers my mouth. So instead of going one direction, it's just
Oh my gosh, that's so gross.
My
Fun fact
dad-
about me. Okay, go ahead.
hold on, I'm almost done. My dad is not saying a word, right? He's just like stone faced, like looking at me like this and driving.
It's like Exorcist.
Right. And he's like, what the he didn't say anything. So we pull over. Mind you, we're 3 blocks from my house, right? He gets out of the car and I'm like, what's happening? This man is going to kill me. My life is over, right? He opens up my door, pulls me out, wipes me off. I was like, hey, that's what's up. He's actually doing I was like, good looking out, Dad. I think, all right, we're going to get back in the car. We're going to drive back to my house. We're going to clean up. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to change my clothes. Then we'll go to Comp USA, right? Wrong. I get back in the car, put my seatbelt on. I'm covered in vomit. We start driving.
And you vomit again.
No, we hit the highway. We're in Tyson's Corner. I'm like, Dad, are we going to Comp USA? He's like, yep. Get to the parking lot. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll wait here for you. He goes, nope, you're coming in with me.
Oh no.
Like, cranberry and amaretto is red, right? I'm wearing a green hoodie, which is now
Oh my
stained
god.
with red puke. So I get a cart. Everyone's looking at me funny. And my dad just walks in the Comp USA. He's like, come on. So I'm like looking around saying hello to people, like, hi, how you doing? People are staring at me, right? And we go to this one section, we're looking for video cards. My dad's like, yeah, I'd like a video card. The guy starts talking and then he looks at me and stops. He's like, my dad goes, what's wrong? You never seen a man covered in vomit before? Like, what's wrong with you? I was like,
The fuck?
that was me.
Your dad is crazy.
But
Back to me. Fun fact.
yeah, go ahead, Frankie.
I only thrown up once in my life, and that was the first time I ever drank. And then after that, I can drink endlessly without fucking throwing. It's weird. I could, and I don't get hangovers for some reason.
Well,
That's dangerous. That's a
Yeah.
dangerous
Dude,
mix,
it's-
Frankie.
Horrible. I remember one time I like we drank for like 3 nights straight, and I had to work Monday. I ended up going to the shop to sleep, slept for an hour, woke up, like nothing happened. I was like, okay.
That's
keep
crazy.
going.
I went out
Wait.
drinking once and I came home. I don't know how I got home. Someone must have dropped me off. I came home. I go to the bathroom. Next thing I know, I wake up in the bathroom and I'm like, oh, I guess it's time to go to work. Just take a shower, put my stuff on. And I was like, all right, I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
go ahead, Yana. I think you
Yana,
wanted to
I
say
know.
something.
No,
Yana
I
got
am
one.
not going to recount my drinking stories. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to put
Oh.
myself in that position, man.
Wait, I got one.
No. You can't tell one of my drinking stories for me, Frankie.
It wasn't
That's the
bad.
rule.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I promise. So we're at Yana's party.
Oh, I
And
know what you guys say.
we're like, she goes, she's I think she's already drunk. She goes, everybody. I'm like, yeah, let's play Twister.
I remember
I
was
that.
like,
fucking
yeah.
knew you would bring that shit
Yeah.
up, man. I fucking knew it. That was like one of my favorite things to do was to make everybody play Twister.
she's like, let's
But-
play Twister. I was like, bet. She could never beat me at Twister.
But you forgot the part where she came. She was like, hold on. She goes to her room and she comes back in like a ninja costume or
Oh
something.
no, it was like a
like a
army.
onesie or yeah.
A fucking jumpsuit. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is what I need to play Twister with. Oh my gosh.
All right, one more drink.
Yeah. So anyway, back to that video that you showed earlier, Thomas. I wanted to say something very important about it, which
Sure.
is
Go
let
ahead.
us not forget that Sugi fucking competed in the Olympics with a broken back.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
you never
so
know.
he
I
had
didn't know that.
herniated his disc while he was training for the Olympics. Like I think he said 2 weeks before he had to compete. And I was like, like he was telling me the story, and I was like, what did you do? He was like, I still competed. I was like, like how? And he was like, I had no choice. He fucking competed in the Judo Olympics with a herniated disc, and he's like, yeah. And then I lost 2 years of my life from like having to heal after that. But like,
He had,
and then
he-
it's like,
but-
how do you find anybody tougher than that? I mean,
Yeah.
you have all these black belts in jiu-jitsu and they're great. Like Isaac's great, but freaking competing like that in the Olympics, injured,
that-
in
like that. I mean, and also he's Mongolian
he's still got like
that's
8th or 9th, right?
warrior.
but no, I think he got bronze.
What?
Yeah, I
What?
think he got bronze.
What did he place in the Olympics?
Bronze.
Did he? I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
I don't know if he placed. I don't think he
He-
placed.
I think he placed. I
Keep
think
talking, I'll find out.
I thought he was silver.
Anyways,
I'm sure we
but
can
this
look
is
it up.
okay. But here's the difference. Okay, this is where a coach separates from a master. That split moment right there, where he said, "I have no choice." That right there
Yeah.
is what makes a master a master. Right there,
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
split.
I mean,
moment. And he
there's
has a
a
scar to he has a scar to prove it. He has a scar.
there's a lot of history though. Like, his dad was,
Yeah.
Olympian, and it's just like you don't, and even just as just like a regular Olympian, you've trained that whole time. You're not going to let 2 weeks of injury, take away all that training that you've done. And then on top of that, you have like, his dad was the first on the
all that
team, first
social pressure
Mongolian
too.
team. Yeah, it's like there's no, like growing up, he had no choice but to do judo. Yeah. So it's
That's
just like
probably
you can't.
legitimately how he felt.
So
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
quick,
you
But then, I
can't
mean-
just be like, oh yeah, my back, I can't do it.
real quick.
No, I mean, he was also like, when you said like, that's a master, Frankie, I was thinking like master, yeah, because even though he's injured, he knows how to like do certain moves that won't aggravate the injury. Like that's a true master right there. Like you can be injured and still fucking kick ass while working around your injury.
So real quick,
That's a master right there.
to his credit, with his back issue at the 2004 Olympics, he got 9th.
Okay.
9th place. Okay.
9th place.
That's still not.
You can't sleep on that.
You made it to the Olympics, so to get to that level, you got to go through a bunch of BS, man, to get to that level. It's not a walk in the park, because how many judo guys in Mongolia are there to represent the country? Bunch of them. And out of all those bunch, Sugi was selected.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people grasp how hard it is to make an Olympic team.
Yeah.
Because like to the casual person, you say, well, this guy made the Olympic team. Like, oh, cool. But they don't actually grasp the hard work and dedication it takes to get there.
Yeah.
Even with jiu-jitsu, like from white to whatever you get, you have to put in some work for it. An Olympic level athlete, like that's leaps and bounds above that.
Do you think jiu-jitsu would ever make it to the Olympics? I feel like because it's such a like subjective sport. I mean, like the belt progression is so subjective. Like I feel like it has to be more standardized in order to even consider being.
I mean, Muay Thai is going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
I know, but
I
even
mean,
with
all.
Muay Thai, isn't there like a more standardized
Mm,
system for Muay Thai? I don't know.
mm,
Like, I mean, like Thailand Muay Thai, like like Thailand traditional Muay Thai scoring is a lot more rigid than like what we see here in America.
Yeah.
Well,
That's probably what
I
they're
think,
using.
yeah, I think probably what kind of holds it back is, people not understanding. So like the layperson not knowing anything about jiu-jitsu, not understanding the scoring. Heck, I didn't even understand the scoring sometimes. So it's just like I think it's hard for people, it'll be hard for people to follow. Something like Muay Thai, you see someone hit someone, you're like, okay, that's probably a point. It's just, but jiu-jitsu, it's like,
Mhm.
you take someone's back, people don't know that that's like 4 points or whatever. But
Yeah.
all I know is if jiu-jitsu becomes a sport, Olympic sport, I'm gonna train for it, and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna pull guard. That's what
Jordan's gonna be like, "How dare you pull guard?"
Jordan will look down upon
No,
you.
I actually, you know what? I wouldn't even pull guard. I would just like start of the match and just gonna drop to the floor, sit on butt scoot everywhere.
Everybody's gonna be like, man, what is this?
Yeah,
Wole,
what is this crap?
Wole,
Yeah.
if you train for the Olympics, I'm gonna have to train for the Olympics, and then we're gonna have to do something really goofy if we
Yeah.
have to face each other. I don't
And
know
then
what
we
it
just,
is.
we end up scoring. Like we
Like-
end up draw.
Like just a draw, or like a kung
Hey.
fu fight,
All right, off topic. Yana, how was my Muay Thai class?
Again?
How was my Muay Thai class? Honestly speaking.
No, it was good. I think everybody was like, man, like you kicked their ass.
He doesn't want to hurt
To
you.
be honest, Frankie, I'm still sore today from like all those squats. I'm
Yeah.
sore. So yeah, no, it was a good class.
It's gonna be
Also-
nothing but squats and lunges. We're gonna have a dump truck when
Yeah,
summer comes around.
pretty much. But I think if can I make a constructive criticism?
Any criticism is great for me, honestly, because I'm just starting at this, and I'm not considering myself a master. And I don't even consider myself a coach. I'm just showing what I've learned in the past years, honestly speaking.
Yeah. No, I would
But
just
whatever you got, I'll take it now. I'll try to utilize it now.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I would say is like just make sure like go back to the basics and
Mhm.
like how to punch correctly and what part of your leg you should be kicking with, like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and like what
I
the
get-
kick looks like. Because you kind of throw the combinations out there. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
do 1, 2,
Mm.
3,
Yeah.
kick, and then people don't
I
really
get
know
so
how to kick
I
correctly.
get antsy and nervous sometimes.
Yeah, no, I
You
get
got-
it. I mean, like
I'm trying to get my jitterbugs out.
yeah,
You
no, I
should-
get it. But like,
You should
yeah,
have
just
a-
No,
go
but yeah,
back to the basics.
yeah.
But no, I
Mhm.
think everybody thought it was a great class. Everybody had a really great workout. And I mean, I know I was sore. So I'm sure is how that everybody else was. I mean, I saw comments on like the pictures. They're like, Frankie, you kicked our ass. So no,
I
it's a
think
good
that
class
one
for sure.
that one girl was like, Frankie's trying to kill us. That's right.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think like, yeah, because if there's any vision in the
Mhm.
future of like sparring, then we need to make sure everybody knows how to block correctly
Yeah,
Mm.
and like correct technique in punching and kicking, so nobody's
Mhm.
getting hurt unnecessarily.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
You should have
Um,
a section on how to. You should have a section in your class on how to talk shit to other people.
No,
So,
that's
the
that's my
Psychological
part.
warfare 101.
Yeah.
Did you guys see my fight?
Which one?
What?
The one fight at TCB.
Uh,
Yeah, I was
that was a while ago.
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
I
Yeah,
think
was
I
talking
did.
shit to
I
my-
may have.
I was talking shit to my opponent in the ring, and like the guy, like I remember Diana was like video recording, and then one of the other guys was like, "Oh, Frankie's talking shit. I think he's tired." No, I'm just trying to get in their heads.
Bro, that would kill me. Like if my opponent started talking shit, I'd be like, what is
Well,
going on right now?
I got yelled at. Well, I didn't get yelled at. I got disciplined by Sugi by, hey, stop talking shit. He didn't say stop talking shit, but he said stop talking when you're rolling, because these higher belts will take that, you know, to offense and break your arm or something like that. I was like, okay, and ever since that, I never. Yeah, this is a while. This is what
I mean, like, I don't talk shit, but I mean, like,
No,
I'll just say, like, I'll just talk
I-
during rolling,
Yeah.
just like, you know.
No, he
I was
was talking shit.
That's a
Frankly,
great
I was
question,
shit.
though. Like, should you talk to your
No.
training partner while you're rolling?
I mean,
Thomas.
I do.
Yes, talking. Yes, not talking shit. No.
Well,
'Cause
I really,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, you can't get me. You ain't gonna get it. You suck. You're a what? You're a D1, A1 wrestler, D1 wrestler. Man, where'd you train? Blah, blah, blah. I'm talking smack.
That would get you destroyed, man. Yeah.
So I think, so he told you that because you were talking shit. That's
I was
basically
talking
it.
mad shit.
'Cause
Mad shit.
I chit chat with people I'm rolling with all the time,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's like really weird. It's like, so how the kids, you know? It's like that arm
I
bar.
think it really just kind of
Casual arm bar.
Yeah.
All the kids. Oh,
Casual
they're
arm bar.
great.
How the kids, you know?
Yeah, I just think it
Those-
depends on your partner, your training partner. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, some people I talk to, and other people I'm like, at the end, I'm like, do you want tips? I'm like, no, okay, cool.
But
Or if they do, then yeah.
I've become very guilty of singing along with the music that's playing, and then just like getting super relaxed and just doing like,
Yeah.
Someone who
play.
doesn't know you, that would get irritated.
yeah,
Never play Queen around him. He loves
never ever play Queen around me, because Frankie,
Play what?
Frankie, explain Queen.
We're Queen, the Queen, the band, Queen,
The band.
Bohemian
the
Rhapsody.
band. Yeah. So me and Thomas are rolling around, and Queen comes on. He's over here singing as he's about to choke me. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what the hell?
This guy right here.
My favorite thing to do is like we're through the rounds, and I'm pretending like I'm breathing hard. Like, are you tired? Like, that's my point. I'm like, are you tired? Like, yeah. I'm like, okay, because I'm not. And they're like, that's my favorite line to say.
I was kind of doing the same thing tonight, by the way. Singing along during rolling at no gi. Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah, it just got
We're
really
just
awkward
ignoring.
and silent.
Oh no, I heard.
I don't know. My alcohol,
Oh, man.
my alcohol just kicked in. That's all.
I still can't think of that singer, Frankie, who, like, I meet, like the picture of them is in my head. It's like
What song?
it's not a song. It's like this
Are-
white
are we talking
guy
about
with
my hair?
really curly, long,
What color?
like
hair?
light brown, almost red hair.
Kenny G.
Francie. No. God,
Is
why
it
can't
Is it like
old or new?
old? Yeah.
like an old, like from the 80s or something.
80s. Man.
My
Barry
phone
Manilow?
died, so I can't like look him up.
Oh, it's a
Barry Manilow?
I think he looks like Jason Momoa a little bit.
Yeah, but fatter.
He wishes. Don't give him that, Thomas. Don't give
No,
him that.
I get that a lot. I got Aquaman one time by a customer and a kid at
Oh,
Penny.
really?
Yes,
You're
when I was in
I
shape.
can do it.
When I was in shape and my beard was a little bit longer. And I got Maui. Maui from Moana.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see
So
that.
you're
I'm
both
not-
you're both
You-
The Rock and Jason Momoa.
Moana.
Moana?
The Disney movie Moana. You haven't watched Moana with your kid?
No, I don't really. I didn't really get brought up on Disney. My dad hated Disney, so
It's
that
a newer
didn't exist.
cartoon. I think your daughter would like it. It's actually very
I'm not going to introduce her to Disney.
okay.
No. Okay.
That's out.
Nickelodeon?
Maybe.
Looney Tunes?
Pixar.
Pixar
guys.
is Disney. Pixar is Disney.
All right, guys. It is what? Because it's almost midnight.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta cut my hair real quick. Hold on.
What are you doing?
Tying his hair back.
Oh, I thought he said he's got to cut his hair real quick. I was like, we don't have time for that.
Go ahead.
Ooh, that
All right.
that could be the next podcast. Frankie cuts his hair. The whole time we're just chatting and Frankie's just cutting away.
If we do that, I'm shaving his head.
I gotta find a good barber that hasn't got deported yet.
Oh Lord. All right. Final thoughts. What do you think of the podcast conversation, Yana?
No, I thought it was great. I think I appreciated how we went over the reasons that people sandbag, or why we see people crushing their opponents in the same belt level, and we have to like remember that it's not always up to them what belt level they're at. It's really up to the discretion of the coach. And so they might have a great skill set in a related sport, but it doesn't mean they get to jump up to that level. And that's why they end up crushing us at the level they're staying at, or they're given. And other than that, great podcast, Thomas, and thank you for having me on here.
No, thank you for joining us.
Hope you join us. Well, hope you join us again.
Yeah.
And we need
No,
some
it was
fresh
fun.
faces.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
Tired of seeing these dudes. Anyway,
New faces.
Fine. Wole, go
this
ahead.
is this is what I like about discussing this stuff in this podcast. Like, Yana, your point of view, that's great, because I never looked at it that way. So it's like it's a different. It's great to get different perspectives from folks. But yeah, it's I'm on here almost every time, so I obviously enjoy this. I'm not getting paid by Thomas, so
Right.
Not
First
yet,
time
not yet.
funding.
Not yet. If we
Wale,
get Joe
you're going to
Rogan-
be at Open Mat tomorrow.
not tomorrow. I'm trying to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, I know. I got but Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are the days I'm gonna try and make it.
Cool.
All right, Frankie.
My alcohol's kicking in. So, Yana, it's always a pleasure, having a new face. It's always good. If I find you guys sandbagging, I'm gonna mess y'all up, because I'm gonna come after y'all. Yeah. And I don't care if y'all killing me, I'm still coming after y'all. Okay. And please come out to Tuesdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays for Muay Thai at Chantilly MMA at 7 p.m. I'll be your coach. And hopefully Thomas will hold for you if he's not drinking a Truly.
Oh,
Frankie,
only
are
if
you coming
let-
to Open Mat tomorrow?
Where at?
At
Chantilly?
Chantilly, man. What are you?
Oh man, there's open mats everywhere nowadays, man. I swear to God.
Shout out
I
to
might.
Chantilly. Wait, where's the open mat?
Dude, you BJJ guys, man. Y'all are everywhere. Like, oh, we're going to High Noon. Oh, we're going to 50-50. Oh, we're going to Pennsylvania to go try this new gym, because this was one guy that does amazing arm bar. Y'all are all over.
Frankie, you still haven't answered the question.
I might. Depends on how tired I am.
Open mats are kind of addicting. It's like, where are the open mats at? Where is they?
Yeah.
I know y'all like feeding, like, put in my vein, guys, put in my vein.
No lie, I during COVID, I started offering cheeseburgers for some open mat time.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I got some open mat.
What was that one video where the guy is like, I got like three sheets of toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
If you let me roll for like 2 minutes, man, I do a 2-minute roll.
I gotta find.
He's like rushing, and he's like rushing. He's like, no bowing, no, just go.
No
Yeah, I
leg
think I
locks or
saw that
something.
one too.
Yeah.
There's also one where they're doing basically like jiu-jitsu in the car.
Oh,
The same thing. Yeah, it's the
That's
same thing. It's
hilarious.
like, we can only do jiu-jitsu in the car. Quick, let's roll real quick. Next person, come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a secret. Like, COVID was like only the like, mischievous, like,
BJJ speakeasies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
people like
Mhm.
training in other people's basements, and you had to keep it
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
It's like, I can only have 3 people. Don't tell anybody. My wife will kill me. It's like, do you expect me to keep this a secret?
it's like cheating. Like, you had to be like careful about it. Like,
Mhm.
Like,
you're dirty. You're dirty if you're going to another, like, at someone's basement.
yeah, and
Nah.
you couldn't go to someone else's basement, because then you'd be like, like cheating on your original training partners.
You might find your partner there.
Man, I wonder if there was chances where, like,
Y'all-
there's like
y'all-
a pod of people, and somebody goes to someone else's house for an open mat when they're not supposed to, and they see like 2 or 3 of the other guys there.
And like,
Like, what are you doing here?
Y'all some dirty
Gentlemen.
people. Dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah, I shower-
Unprotected
shower-
jiu-jitsu out here.
I shower after every match, and I wash my belt.
Yeah.
Oh, PSA: wash your belt. Don't be disgusted. Anybody out there
Yes.
who doesn't wash the belt?
Yeah. Anyways, Yana's got to go. I need to go take a nap and shower.
Yeah.
Folks, we'll see y'all next week. And first weekend in April, the unofficial, unsanctioned Booze and BJJ Alumni and Friends Open Mat at Testudo in Old Town on Sunday.
See what the hell? Okay.
Oh, we gotta cycle around
send-
so we can see our friends.
Send a reminder. Send
Yeah.
a reminder.
Okay, I will. Bye,
All
everybody.
right, cool. See you.
Uh,
Bye.
Bye.